They rejected you. Good, you might be reeling from the sting, the sharp, brutal edge of that dismissal, but consider just for a moment that this very rejection might well be the greatest gift they could have possibly given you. It's a harsh mercy, certainly, but a mercy nonetheless. The initial shock, the bitterness, the confusion, these are the immediate, chaotic responses to a disruption in your perceived order. The world as you understood it has been in some significant way invalidated. And in that space of invalidation, something new has the potential to emerge. Here we will explore 13 lessons to turn the bitter pill of rejection into your most potent secret weapon, a catalyst for a more robust, more authentic, and ultimately more meaningful existence. Like this video to help Stoic Book reach more people. The obstacle is often the path. Rejection isn't a barricade, it's a signpost. Think of a river blocked by a boulder. It carves a new channel. The universe presents undeniable impediments. Don't get trapped in resentment. Rejection strips away illusions. It forces you to reevaluate, explore uncharted territories. Seneca once remarked, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." Each no, each closed door serves as resistance training for your psyche. Rejection is a pathogen to the ego, but it stimulates inner strength. The initial encounter with rejection feels fragile. But confronting it leads to growth. Your psychological skin thickens. You become less susceptible to external validation. Each rejection faced sharpens your focus. You learn to differentiate the essential from the superficial. Resilience is forged in adversity. Each no you overcome is a testament to your growing capacity to withstand, endure, and transcend. Explore the Stoic life in style. Check out our Stoic bookstore for apparel, home decor, and accessories inspired by timeless wisdom. Shop now via the link below and carry the philosophy with you. There's a stark clarity that accompanies moments of profound vulnerability, and rejection is undeniably one such moment. When you are down, the carefully constructed masks that people wear have a tendency to slip. It's in these crucibles of disappointment that the true nature of your relationships and the opportunities you pursued can be most clearly discerned. Rejection acts as a filter, separating the wheat from the chaff. Those who are genuinely invested in your well-being will often draw closer. Conversely, those whose attachment was predicated on your utility will often fade into the background. The same principle applies to romantic entanglements or professional associations. A partner whose affection was conditional or an employer whose promises were hollow will be unmasked when your perceived value takes a hit. Use this unwelcome clarity. Identify the fake friends, the toxic partners, the shallow opportunities. This isn't about assigning blame, it's about gathering crucial data for your future navigation. There's a profound power in non-reaction, particularly in the face of provocation or dismissal. When you are rejected, the expectation is one of pain, distress, perhaps anger or pleading. To deviate from this script, to meet rejection with a considered, almost serene stillness, is to fundamentally alter the power dynamic of the interaction. Most people, when they deliver a rejection, are braced for an emotional consequence. When you deny them this expected reaction, you reclaim a significant measure of control. This emotional stillness can be incredibly powerful. It communicates strength, self-possession, and an internal locus of validation. Think of it as a form of psychological judo. You use the force of their action, the rejection, not to be thrown off balance, but to ground yourself more firmly. You are demonstrating that you are the master of your own inner kingdom, and that its gates cannot be so easily breached by external pronouncements. The aftermath of rejection is often a vortex of negative emotion, but there is an alternative: to transform that raw, painful energy into fuel. Shift the narrative from passive victimhood to active agency. Redirect energy into focused effort. Transform perceived failure into a stepping stone towards excellence. Rejection often acts as an unforgiving mirror. It reflects back to us not necessarily a true image of our intrinsic worth, but certainly an image of how we are perceived. To turn away from this mirror is to miss a crucial opportunity for growth. To gaze into it, however uncomfortable, is to embark on the path of heightened self-awareness. This isn't about self-flagellation, but about a courageous and honest self-assessment. The natural human tendency is to externalize blame or to internalize shame. A more constructive response is to engage in a period of rigorous reflection. Ask yourself the hard questions. Was my preparation adequate? Was my presentation clear? This process of reflection allows you to separate the signal from the noise. Perhaps the rejection highlights a genuine skill gap that needs addressing. Use rejection as a diagnostic tool. Let it compel you to look inward, to scrutinize your methods, your assumptions, and your presentation of self. There's a peculiar allure to the individual who remains unfazed in the face of adversity. A calm, composed response to being dismissed can create an aura of mystery. When you don't crumble, you defy expectation. This quiet self-possession can be profoundly intriguing. People are drawn to what they don't fully understand. Quiet acceptance signals an inner world not swayed by external validation. This suggests depth, resilience, and perhaps hidden power. In any interaction, there's an inherent power dynamic at play. The power of rejection often holds perceived dominance. But this power is contingent upon your craving for approval. When you stop caring, their power diminishes. Their ability to cause pain is tied to your desire for acceptance. If that desire is all-consuming, their power is immense. Cultivate a mindset where their yes is just one possibility. This detachment shifts your internal locus of control. When you no longer need what they withhold, rejection loses its power. You are no longer a supplicant, but a sovereign individual. Their decision is just one piece of data in your broader strategy. Stoicism is about mastering emotion. Rejection is invaluable for emotional discipline. It's an opportunity to practice Stoic tenets. Rejection triggers negative emotions. Stoicism interrogates these feelings. Is this feeling based on reality? Self-examination is key. Insert rational thought before response. Choose a considered response. Endure discomfort without unraveling. Rejection becomes an opportunity. Reinforce commitment to reason. Build an inner citadel. We often pursue goals that don't align with our deepest values. Rejection strips away these illusions. A no makes us question our direction. It opens space for genuine fulfillment. Rejection clarifies our true aspirations. There's an ancient wisdom: the man who is not afraid to lose cannot be defeated. Each rejection you endure is a test, a trial by fire. If you pass enough of these tests, you begin to forge an unbreakable spirit. Think of a blade being tempered. It is heated, hammered, and quenched repeatedly. Your character undergoes a similar process when repeatedly exposed to the stress of rejection. The first few rejections might feel devastating, but as you learn to navigate them, each subsequent no has less power to destabilize you. You become unbreakable not because you cease to feel disappointment, but because disappointment no longer dictates your actions or defines your worth. You develop a profound understanding that your value is intrinsic. The unbreakable individual is the one who, having been knocked down countless times, still finds the courage to rise again. When the fear of rejection loses its sting, you become truly free to pursue your most audacious goals. In the dynamics of human interaction, there's often an energy of chase. When you are the one constantly chasing, you often inadvertently diminish your own perceived value. However, when rejection forces you to stop chasing, something fascinating can occur. The chase energy can begin to reverse. Silence and detachment can be incredibly powerful. When you withdraw your energy, you create a vacuum. The person or entity that was accustomed to your attention may suddenly find themselves wondering. This isn't about playing manipulative games, it's about a genuine shift in your focus and your energetic output. When you stop chasing external validation and redirect that energy inward, you begin to cultivate a different kind of magnetism. It's the magnetism of self-sufficiency, of quiet confidence. Your detachment signals that you have other options. This shift doesn't guarantee they will come chasing back, but it fundamentally alters your position from one of supplication to one of quiet strength. The sting of rejection can wound the ego, leading to a desire for vindication. Channel that energy into building a meaningful legacy. Move beyond proving others wrong to creating something valuable. Legacy-driven actions build intrinsic worth. Let rejection be a catalyst for purpose-driven action. So we've journeyed through these 13 lessons. If there's one overarching truth to grasp, it's this. Rejection isn't your enemy. It's your training partner. It's the harsh teacher who imparts lessons of profound and lasting value. Every transformative leader who shaped history faced rejection. They were not defined by those rejections, they were reborn through them. They understood that these moments of denial were not endpoints, but pivot points. Ultimately, the choice is yours. You either let rejection define you, or you redefine yourself through it. If this video has lit a fire within you, subscribe for more explorations of Stoic power and mental mastery. Share your wisdom, your story, in the comments below. Subscribe to Stoic Book for more Stoicism videos. And if you know someone who feels they've lost, share this with them. They might just be getting started.